we are going to start with the next chapter, that is human reproduction. Okay. So children, human beings are viviparous. What do you mean by viviparous? The organisms which give birth to young ones are called what? Viviparous. Okay. So the reproductive events, they include what? Formation of gametes. Okay. That is known as gametogenesis. So what are the gametes in human being? Sperms that are produced in males and ovum in the females, isn't it? So that process, the formation of this gametes is known as gametogenesis. Okay. Then next process is what? Transfer of sperms into the female's genital tract. Okay. The transfer of the sperms. So that process is also known as insemination. Okay. That is insemination means what? The transfer of sperms into the female's genital tract. Okay. Then next is what? Fusion of male and female gametes, and that process is known as what? Fertilization. And after fertilization, a single cell will form, isn't it? A single diploid cell will form, and that cell is known as what? Zygote. Okay. And the zygote divides and form what? Various stages. There are various stages, and one of the stages is what? The formation of blastocyst. Okay. And then its attachment to the uterine wall, uterus walls. Okay. So that process is known as implantation. Then the implanted this blastocyst will develop into embryo, so or a fully matured baby, that is known as gestation, and then delivery of the baby, that is known as parturition. Okay, so these are the various processes that takes place during the reproductive process. So what are they? First is gametogenesis. What do you mean by gametogenesis? Formation of gametes. So what are the gametes? Produced in male and female sperms and egg. Okay, and that process of formation of this gametes is known as gametogenesis. Okay, so the formation of sperm is known as spermiogenesis. Okay, and spermatogenesis, and the formation of egg, okay, or ovum is known as oogenesis. We will study that in detail. Okay, then the transfer of the sperms into the genital tract of the female, that is known as insemination. Then that is followed by fertilization, then the implantation, gestation, and parturition. Okay, so all these are the different stages or steps in the process of reproduction. Okay, so this reproduction processes only will take place after a particular child attains puberty. Okay, so there are differences between the reproductive events that is taking place in a male and in a female, isn't it? For example, one example we can say, so many examples are there, we will study that later on. So sperm formation continues even in old men, means the sperm formation will not be stopped. Okay, but in women around the age of 50 years, means after the menopause, okay, she won't be able to produce any ovum or egg, so or she will become sterile, isn't it? So that is the basic difference between what the reproductive events, that is means there are a lot of difference between the reproductive events that are taking place, or the between the male and female. Okay, so we'll study in detail about the reproductive organs of male and female and various processes. Okay, so the male reproductive system, okay, that is located in the pelvic region, and it is having, okay, mainly the parts are what? A pair of testes. Okay, pair of testes along with accessory ducts, means what? Which help the sperms to get out from the testes. Okay, then glands and external genitalia. So these are the major parts of the reproductive system in male. Okay, so what are they? Pair of testes, Then what? Some ducts, okay, that we are going to study in detail now. Then glands and the external genitalia, okay. Then, so the testes, they are located outside the abdominal cavity, okay. It is found outside the abdominal cavity, and it is placed in a skin, okay. It is found in a pouch made up of a particular type of structure, and that structure is known as scrotum, okay. So scrotum is the pouch where you can see the testes, okay. So scrotum helps in maintaining the low temperature of the testes, okay, because the testis needs 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius temperature lower than the normal body temperature, okay. So for the formation of sperms, testis needs a low temperature, okay. So the scrotum helps in maintaining the low temperature, and that's what the testis is placed outside, okay. If it is inside the body, what would have happened? Sperm formation will not take place, okay, because for the formation of sperm, what is needed? A temperature that is 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius lower than the normal. So scrotum can adjust the testis position by shrinking or by expanding. Understood? So this is the function of what? Scrotum. Okay. Then testis, if you see, it is oval in shape and it is having around length of around 4 to 5 centimeter and a width of around 2 to 3 centimeter. Okay. Then and in each testis, if you see, there are number of compartments or some chambers are there. They are known as testicular lobules. Okay. Testicular lobules. And in each testis, okay, or testicular lobules, okay, they are having 1 to 3 highly coiled seminiferous tubules. Okay. So what is it? Seminiferous tubules. And inside the seminiferous tubules only what is formed? The sperms are produced. Okay. And the seminiferous tubule. So if you see the structure of testis, okay, testis. So if you see the structure of a testis, each testis is having what? A number of testicular lobules, and in the testicular lobules you can see what? 1 to 3 seminiferous tubules. Okay. So if you see the section of a seminiferous tubule, you can see that the inner side of this are lined by 2 types of cells. What are they? They are spermatogonia. Okay, spermatogonia will give rise to the sperms. Okay, sperms will be formed from the sperm. You can see here, this is the inner side of the seminiferous tubule. Okay, and here you can see what? Spermatogonia is there, which will give rise to the sperms. Okay, or spermatozoa or sperms. And you can see that another kind of cells, they are also there in between the spermatogonia. They are known as Sertoli cells. Okay, what are they? Sertoli cells. Okay, Sertoli cells. And in between the seminiferous, so this is one seminiferous tubule. Okay, this is another one. Likewise, you can see the seminiferous tubules. And inside the seminiferous tubules, there are 2 types of cells. What are they? Spermatogonia and Sertoli cells. Is it clear? And in between the seminiferous tubules, okay, this is one seminiferous tubule and this is another one. And in between them, there are another kind of cells, okay, known as interstitial cells. Is it clear? So this is the what? If you take a sectional view of the seminiferous tubule, you can see all this. So the Sertoli cells, okay, which are found inside the seminiferous tubules, they help in the nourishment of the developing sperms. Okay, the developing sperms get nourishment from the Sertoli cells. Okay, Sertoli cells are found where? It is asked many times. the function and location of Sertoli cells. Where Sertoli cells are found? Sertoli cells are found inside the seminiferous tubules. And what is their function? They nourishes the developing sperms. And what is the function of interstitial cells? Where you can see the interstitial cells? Interstitial cells are seen in between the seminiferous tubules. And what is their function? Their function is to produce the male hormones. Okay, the male hormones are produced by the by the Leydig cells. Is it clear? So inside the seminiferous tubules you can see two types of cells. What are they? Male germ cells or spermatogonia and Sertoli cells. Okay, the male germ cells or spermatogonia undergoes what? Meiosis and produces what? The sperms. Okay, and Sertoli cells, they provide nourishment to the developing sperms. Okay, and the region outside the seminiferous tubule is called what? Interstitial cells, and they contain what? Certain cells called interstitial cells, and they are also known as Leydig cells. Okay, Leydig cells, and their function is what? They produce the male hormones known as the androgens. Okay, so these are what? The structure of a testis. Okay, if you study the structure, okay, the structure of a testis, these are the parts. What? Each testis is having what? A number of testicular lobules, around 250 compartments or testicular lobules are there. Each lobule will have what? 1 to 3 tubes known as seminiferous tubules, and in each seminiferous tubules there are what? Male germ cells or spermatogonia and Sertoli cells. Okay, the Sertoli cells gives nourishment, and male germ cells or spermatogonia undergoes meiosis and produce the sperms. Okay, and in between the seminiferous tubules you can see interstitial cells or Leydig cells, and they secrete what? The male hormones called androgens. Okay, androgens are produced by the Leydig cells or interstitial cells. So we have studied about the structure of testis. So let's study the male sex accessory ducts. Okay, they include what? Listen, that is rete testis, vasa efferentia, epididymis, vas deferens. Okay, so once again, that is, they include what? Rete testis, vasa efferentia, epididymis and vas deferens. Okay, then so we can see that the seminiferous tubules, okay, they open the seminiferous. This is the testis. And from the testis, so many seminiferous tubules originate. Okay, and that opens into vas efferentia. Okay, so this is the vas efferentia. Okay, you can see here. This is the vas efferentia. Okay, and vas efferentia. Okay, and into the vas efferentia you can see that the seminiferous tubules opens through the rete testis. Okay, so through rete testis it will open into the vas efferentia. Okay, and then what happened? This vas efferentia opens into epididymis. This is epididymis, and this epididymis opens into the vas deferens. You can see this is the vas deferens, and this vas deferens just loop over the ureter. Ureters is what? It's a part of excretory system, isn't it? From kidneys, ureters originates, and they form what? They'll be see here. This is the ureter. Ureter is coming from what? Kidney, isn't it? And you can see this vas deferens arch over this. Okay, and then what happened? This all will open into the urethra. Okay, and its way to the urethra, they receive ducts from the seminal vesicles, that are the glands. Okay, and then it opens up to through the penis. Okay, through the penis it opens to the external opening. Okay, so these are the parts of male reproductive system. Okay, so I have already explained about the parts of testis. Then I told you about only the accessory ducts. So what are the accessory ducts? Rete, testis, isn't it? Then vas efferentia, epididymis, then what vas deferens, that arch over or that loop over the urethra. Okay, so these are the parts of what? The accessory ducts of the male reproductive system. The penis is the male external genitalia, and it's made up of a special type of tissue that helps in the erection of penis, okay, to help in the process of insemination. Okay, and the enlarged end of the penis is called the glans penis, and it is covered by a loose fold of skin known as foreskin. Okay, so next is what? The male accessory glands. Okay, the male accessory glands includes what? Paired seminal vesicle, a prostrate gland, and paired bulbourethral glands. So what are the glands present in male reproductive system? That are a pair of seminal vesicles, a pair of bulbourethral glands, okay, and a prostrate gland. Have you heard about prostate cancer? Okay, some of you might have heard about this. So that is the cancer affecting the prostate gland. Understood? So the male accessory glands are what? Paired seminal vesicles, okay, then prostate gland and paired bulbourethral glands. Okay, so what is the function of these? These glands secrete certain secretions that gives seminal plasma. Okay, that is, have you heard about semen? Semen is what? The liquid type secretions or liquid type substance that is containing the sperms. Okay, so the liquid part of this semen is what? The secretions of these glands. Okay, so this secretions of these glands are rich in fructose, calcium, and certain enzymes. Okay, and also the secretions of bulbourethral gland helps in the process of lubrication of the penis. Okay, so these are what? The different glands of the male reproductive system. Okay, the different parts of the male reproductive system are what? The seminal vesicles. Okay, seminal vesicles. Then what? Paired bulbourethral glands, seminal vesicles. Okay, then bulbourethral glands. Okay, and the prostrate gland. Okay, prostrate gland. So these helps in the process of or formation of semen. Okay, semen is what? Semen contains the secretions of this glands of the male reproductive system, and also the cells, the male gametic cells called sperms. Clear? So this is the part of male reproductive system. Okay, the testis, pair of testis. Then what? The accessory glands, which includes what? Rete testis, vas efferentia, epididymis, then vas deferens. Okay, which and these are the accessory ducts. Okay, and the glands. The glands includes what? Seminal vesicles, then bulbourethral glands and prostrate gland. Okay, so they help in the process of formation of sperms. And I told the structure of testis. Okay, which includes what? The different seminiferous tubules which are present in the locules, and then what? Inside each of the seminiferous tubules, two types of cells are there. They are what? They are the Sertoli cells and the spermatogonia. Okay, spermatogonia will give rise to sperms. Okay, they undergo, this spermatogonia cells undergoes meiosis and produces sperms, and the Sertoli cells gives nourishment, and there are certain cells in between the seminiferous tubules. They are known as interstitial cells or Leydig cells, which helps in the production of the male hormones. So androgens or testosterones are produced by which cells? They are produced by the Leydig cells. Okay, so position and function of the Sertoli cells and interstitial cells or Leydig cells were asked many times, so study it properly. Okay, so these are the male reproductive system. Okay, hope everyone understood. We'll continue with the next portion in the next video. Thank you.